Hi, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Turn my light on. All right. So we're getting started early today because there's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and I don't want to miss certain stories. So I'm trying to get this all in today because it's a lot going on. So what I wanted to talk about this morning is what went on last night with the Joy Reid situation. Then we're going to talk about Jamal Bryant. We're going to talk about Tony Buzbee. Mm-mm-mm. And then we're going to talk about who do I have time for? I think that's about it. I'll leave the rest for the afternoon because it's a lot. Pastor Jamal is a mess. All right, let's start with Joy Reid. Let's just start with Joy Reid. Okay, so I don't know if a lot of you, I have a big overseas audience. I think because I used to do Housewives, but here in the United States, Joy Reid is a commentator was a commentator on the news channel called MSNBC. See it right in the corner there, and she is only one of four African American commentators, female commentators for MSNBC. And this channel has been around forever. Okay. It's like a CNN, but it tends to lean, no, it leans left for Democrats, right? And Joy Reid was outspoken. So since Donald Trump has become president, a lot of Black people feel attacked. He's not good for us. You know, he's trying to dismantle programs for us. And she was very vocal about it. He was very upset about it. Okay. Now let's not forget Donald Trump has his own network called Fox News. Okay. Where they're up his ass all day. They only report good things about Donald Trump and then they flat out lie. But Joy tended left, but she was specifically speaking up for her Black audience. They didn't like that. Donald Trump didn't like that. He didn't want, first of all, a Black person to have that much power and to affect the Black audience the way that she did. So she used the F word, not as in sexuality, the F word as in you only want America to be all white. She would call him out. So MSNBC is changed ownerships and now it's in the hands of someone new. So he went complaining and they actually fired her. Okay. And the white people were ecstatic. They got so disrespectful last night. They talked about how she looked. We're glad that bald head B is gone. She got those big ass monkey lips, so shut up now. And they just got racist with it. And then this caused some of the other Black news figures to come out. There's this one lady, she's Caucasian. She used to work for Fox. Her name is Megyn Kelly. I think her name is Megyn Kelly. She came out and she was very vicious. And I don't remember exactly what she says. I'm going to play the tape in a little bit. But Black people are pissed because she said, and these are white girl tears. These are white girls' joy. Like, why did you keep saying that? Hi, Bonji, Dr. Bonji. Hey, fam, Sherelle, your black top yesterday and now the red one. Oh, you are aesthetic for you. Thank you, Bonji. I hope you're feeling better. Perry showed me a copy of your Instagram. You weren't feeling too well. Okay, so back for my overseas audience. So now this is a big thing. Joy came out and she cried and she was saying she knows why they fired her. It was because of Donald Trump saying the F word. I can't even say, if I say this F word, it means I want an all white country. My video will get taken down. If you type in the F word, Perry, do you know what the F word is, Perry?
No, I'm trying to figure it out right now.
I can't tell you what the F word is. Somebody put in the chat. No. But anyway, it's when you want a country all white. And so like Hitler. Okay, what was Hitler? Yeah, that's it. I can't say it. I can't even put it on the screen. That they will, if you put that word with Donald Trump and TikTok, so they're really stopping certain things from going in the media and social media in the United States. We're a very filtered country now. Like I said, I have a nephew that lives in England. I tell him to type this in and all stuff. That's it, Dwayne. All kind of stuff comes up. But now for the first time, I don't think America has been censored like this. Not in my lifetime, but we are censored. So let's just talk about that part first. And it was a mess last night, and they were so disrespectful. You know, you could say that I'm glad that she's gone, this and that. But when you say now those big monkey lips will shut up.
Yeah.
And you talk about calling her bald head and all of that. Here it is. That's foul. And then the president came out and said some disrespectful things. So this is a hot mess. This all went down last night. I missed it. And now I'm trying to do it this morning. Here we go.
Has erupted between two heavyweight political commentators in the wake of Joy Reid's shock firing from MSNBC after the network suffered a string of ratings disasters and money woes.
My show had value, and that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize.
But not everyone was devastated. Outspoken commentator Megyn Kelly had no sympathy for Reid.
The big news tonight will be Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC. Single tear, white woman tears happening right here, Joy. She was officially fired over the weekend because she's a racist, horrible news anchor with no ratings. And that's really been the truth for a long time. MSNBC's under new management, and I guess they decided to come to grips with reality. The truth is, this is very sad news for us, as she's provided so much material over the years. I feel the way I felt when Brian Stelter got fired, but he came back, and you never know. I'm sure Joy Reid will wind up doing something where we will continue to get to respond to her absolutely insane POV.
This sparked a war of words online, with former CNN host Don Lemon blasting Kelly's response.
Let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go f*** yourself, okay?
And Lemon didn't stop there, showing his support for Reid by hosting a bizarre watch party live on YouTube for Reid's final show.
Hi, everyone. We're preparing at my house and on the Don Lemon Show for a Joy Reid watch party. So we will see you at 7 Eastern on the Don Lemon Show on YouTube to watch the farewell for Joy Reid on MSNBC. We'll see you then.
Joy Reid's colleague and rumoured replacement Jen Psaki also sang her praises with a lengthy tribute.
I know Joy just ended her show by thanking her team, which is the most authentically Joy thing to do, I can tell you, and they are also a very incredible team. But I want to start this show tonight by thanking her. I want to thank her because she's done amazing work here. She does tell stories no one tells. She does that fearlessly on her show.
Perhaps the happiest person with the news was Donald Trump. The president applauded the sacking, particularly as he was a victim of Joy Reid's sprays countless times. He wrote on Truth Social, "Lowlife chairman of Comcast, Brian Roberts, the owner of ratings challenge NBC and MSDNC, has finally gotten the nerve up to fire one of the least talented people in television, the mentally obnoxious, racist Joy Reid. Based on her ratings, which were virtually non-existent, she should have been canned long ago, along with everyone else who works there. And it seems like Joy Reid isn't going anywhere if her final sign-off is anything to go by. She will be following Don Lemon's footsteps out of the mainstream media, plugging her Blue Sky and Substack platforms.
Shout out to our amazing readers, our audience. I just love running into y'all in the airport, on these streets, and on social media. I could not love or appreciate you more. Thank you for holding us down. Almost 5 years. We are a toddler, and we out in these streets in this world, and we are not going to stop. That is tonight's ReidOut. You can follow me on Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and on Substack at it's at joyandreid.substack.com. Also on TikTok and Facebook at Joy Reid Official. Inside with Jen Psaki starts now.
All right. So we know that the president is known for acting like a toddler and really striking wars. Ooh, I can't say that. Friction between different groups. I mean, he could have been happy that she was fired, but he could have chose better words. You don't call people non-talented and call them the other guy low life. You're like one of the 12th graders in high school. And this is sparking real division in your country, but that's what he wants. He wants real division. Okay, he's convicted felon that doesn't know how to be a damn president. I mean, he even cheated his way to get in, because he admitted Elon Musk sure knows how to work those voting booths. That's what he said. So it's causing a lot of division. But let me say this. Oh, and then all of her colleagues, her white colleagues, came out in support of her. Rachel Maddow was fuming mad, said that she is a talented journalist. She covers stories that no one else does, and she has the courage to stand up for her people. Rachel Maddow, Keith Olbermann came out and said the only reason she was fired is because of racism. She was speaking too much to the Black people and gaining an audience. Lawrence O'Donnell came out. All of her colleagues came out, and they are upset with the network, and they didn't hide it. So that was very touching, because they didn't have to say anything. They could have just, wrote it out. I'm not fired. That's her. So, why get into this mess? Because it was a war last night. I keep saying that word. It was controversy last night on social media. It's the MAGA people were coming out in droves, and they were being extremely non-Black, which I don't know how to say it. They were being extremely non-Black and really attacking her looks. And what's really weird is they didn't attack her on her issues or the things that she was saying. They attacked her on her look. Monkey lips, that's never going to work with me. Monkey lips. So, if you are from overseas, America is the worst it's ever been. It's racially sick. There's division like no other. Now you have some Black people. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's more divided than ever. We are not the country that you want to come to. It's like the 60s again. And because he is the president, there's much we can't do. We can't do much about it. It's back like the old days. There's nothing we can do. And he said it out loud. He don't want us here. We are bad. So he started getting really, really racist. So I wanted to say this before I move on to my next topic. Sometimes, Joy Reid, a blessing could be in disguise. No one's watching cable TV anymore. The power is in the blogs. The power is on YouTube, on podcasts, where you can say what you want. The younger kids, listen, I used to pay $400 a month for cable. And so I was telling my son, who's 21, I remember when cable was like $75 a month, not $400. And my son said, because nobody watches cable anymore, Mom. And I was like, I was like, what are they watching? He was like, YouTube. He said, you watch different channels, or they do have a little thing called YouTube TV if you want to watch something live, but nobody watches cable anymore. And he's right. So Joy Reid, they fired Don Lemon. Look at him flourishing. They're either going to fire what's the other black guy name? Hair slick back, used to be Al Sharpton, or they already did. So I'm hearing about that. I'll have to check into that to this afternoon. So Joy Reid, hold your head up high. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for letting us know what's going on in the inside. And move forward. It was a blessing, not a curse. Perry, what are your thoughts?
No, I would just say this. I mean, first off, I wish Joy best wishes in the future, and I know she'll be okay, right? But it's just, you almost hate for somebody to come in and just take something away from you that you work so hard for. And I just feel like now Trump just want to silence everybody's speech. He don't want nobody speaking ill of him or anything like that. And the crazy part is these networks is letting Donald Trump bully them and taking our freedom of speech away. And they're doing it now. Well, DEI, let me try to cater to them. Well, once the blacks gone, MSNBC, then he gonna want Rachel gone. Anybody speaking bad about him. So I feel it's messed up. And people could say, was the ratings? No, it was racism that caused her to leave. And the network caved into the pressure from Trump. That's how I feel, but I feel Joy would be okay in the future.
Black Queen Black says, MSNBC never wanted Joy. Chris Matthews fought for her. Oh, that's good. Nicole says what she wants. Nicole. And nobody messes with her, not even Fox. Who's Nicole? You know, I never watched Fox.
Nicole Wallace.
Oh, I love Nicole Wallace. And also, too, I just wanted to thank those white anchors that came forward and admitted the truth, because nothing's worse when you are in denial. Oh, racism doesn't exist anymore. Oh, they didn't fire her over that. It's like, no one has time for that. It's time for honesty. Right. And I appreciate that. Yeah, that's why she was fired. It's messed up what happened. So, there's nothing they can do about it, but they did acknowledge it. And I love Rachel Maddow. All of you guys, thank you for doing that. So, Joy, this is a blessing. Go forward with your podcast, get a YouTube channel, and then, because you still got connections, and never forget, at the end of the day, you're still Joy Reid with a Rolodex that's a mile long. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about, because it was going crazy last night, and I was tired. I'm old. I said I'll do in the morning. I was old. All right. Now let's move on to our next topic. Pastor Jamal. I love me. So Pastor Jamal Bryant, okay? Pastor Jamal Bryant, in a sense, you could kind of call him a reality TV star, because his ex-wife is Giselle Bryant from The Real Housewives of Potomac, right? And Pastor Jamal, I called him Doctor, pardon me. Pastor Jamal Bryant sent us a cease and desist one time. Do you remember that, Perry? He sent us a cease and desist because we were dragging his ass because he went on The Real Housewives of Potomac, and they faked that relationship. I don't care what you say, Pastor Jamal. And then, when you send me a cease and desist, I'm childish. Joe and Mika need to go. Let's talk about that, Bonji, on the next video that I do, because people are saying that. We'll find out what the masses think. Yes, they used to be married. He has 3 children with Giselle. And he also wanted to sell weed in the church, right? And so I used to drag him. I'm not dragging him anymore. Let me tell you guys what is going on. So Donald Trump, who has caused so much damage for Black and Latinos, I'm not saying that for white people. You guys have a different reality than what we have. He's caused so much damage. He's divisive, very divisive. And all of a sudden, for no reason at all, he decides to start picking on Pastor Jamal. Now, I could pick on him, but y'all better leave him alone. Trump, you better leave him alone. You and your MAGA supporters leave him alone. So Donald Trump threatened to take away Black History Month, threatened to take away Martin Luther King holiday. Remember all of this? Took the African American studies out of Black schools, also has frozen all student loans. So if you were thinking about going to college and you're Black and you need the FAFSA, that's not going to happen. The only way, we just put our kid in another college, but we didn't have government backing. So he's doing all the stuff to Black people and Hispanic people. And then all of a sudden he does an about face. He says Black people, and this is right before he started asking for a third term. So don't forget, at some convention they had this weekend, they are pushing for him to have a third term. You've only been president for a month, and you're talking about a third term? Because it's a part of his plan. I guess you all still disagree on the yeah, smoke weed every day. But anyway, I could talk about Pastor Jamal Bryant all I want, but I'm not going to let a racist president come in and bring him down. So he does an about face. Then he starts blighting Black people one at a time to the White House for some event. He invited Tasha K. Tasha K turned him down. Thank you very much. Uncle Tom Jaguar Wright went. A lot of Black people turned him down, but a lot of them went. So during this party, they're celebrating Black History Month, which he invited a whole bunch of Black people, but he didn't show up. Okay. And at this event, they started just dragging Pastor Jamal. And they're saying that he doesn't deserve to be a pastor. First of all, when does the White House have anything to do with who we make our pastors and bishops? What do you have to do with that? Okay, so let me play this first video. And this is them at the White House. And all it takes is one sellout Black person, a person that really isn't down with their culture, one Black person that really wants to be white. It just takes one of those to get things started. Now, the majority, and I'm going to say this if you're from overseas, the majority of Black people do not mess with Donald Trump and see through what he's doing. But you have some that want to be white, and they figure if I support President Trump, I'll get better benefits. So here's take a listen.
Making waves on social media. In the video shows a group of people calling out Dr. Jamal Bryant by name and holding up a picture of him inside the White House. Now Dr. Jamal Bryant is responding, saying he will not be intimidated.
So many things that our community has fought for tirelessly has been pushed back upon. Civil rights seems to be a casualty of this administration, under the canopy of dismantling DEI. Ladies and gentlemen, I was absolutely amazed and hopeful that while so many of our strides have been intentionally erased, that there would be a White House celebration for Black History Month. And lo and behold, in the middle of the People's House that was built on the backs of my ancestors and yours, I was absolutely stupefied to discover that in the middle of it, people were holding up placards my face.
Hold them motherfuckers accountable. So elderly. Yeah, that's right. Jamal. Yeah, that's right.
Hi, Freddie. You're going to make me cry. Freddie is a big part. I think of Freddie when I have to remember, like, not all white people are bad. It's just Donald Trump trying to make it appear that all white people are bad, but they're not. And every time we have an issue, there are plenty of white people that march with us. And here he is in the chat windmilling for us. I'm going to cry. Because I'm so offended by what they're doing to my people. You know, I easily could get caught up in all white people do this, but it's not true. It's not true. It's the crooks. It's the white supremacists that are doing to us what they're doing. So thank you, Freddie. And you give me hope. You give me hope. I love Freddie. He's so sweet. And Freddie, you got to do some recaps with us for, I'll text you later for Dr. Heavenly. So that's what happened. So they all started. What a perfect plan to have black people turn on black people. What a perfect plan. He doesn't have to do anything. He don't even have to go in the same room as you smelly coons. He don't have to be around y'all. He don't have to touch y'all and fake and pretend like he like you. I just got a plan. Let's let them turn on each other and then I can step back. But Dr. Jamal wasn't having it. And the reason I think they went after Dr. Jamal is because he is the pastor over a mega church. Dr. Jamal reaches thousands. His outreach is long, okay? And let's just start, and he starts speaking up against DEI. Dismantling DEI is wrong. Well, how do we stop him from saying this? Let's get a couple of the sellout black people to start tarnishing his name. But Dr. Jamal said he's not having it. Perry, did you have to say anything before I play this?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. And this is how he responded yesterday.
Me all week, you've been nervous all week, but I ain't afraid of the spooks that sat at the door. These runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid. If you got real courage, don't show my picture. Show the picture of the one that fired the black Joint Chief of Staffs from the military. If you gonna show a picture of the CEO of Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Amazon that does not recognize black dollars or black business. If you gonna put up a picture of the state legislators in Florida that are banning black books. If you gonna put up the picture of the one who is stealing classified information from the IRS and Social Security. If you gonna put up a picture of those that don't want your mama to pay $35 for insulin and your child to pay $35 for inhaler. If you gonna put up a picture of those that are jailing children and separating families. I ain't ever scared. In case you forgot, I'm from the west side of Baltimore. If you got a problem, pull up on me. Stokely Carmichael said, our fathers had to run, but my generation is out of breath. We ain't running no more. Yea, though I walk. And after being on the run for 26 years from Saul and Philistines, David said, my running days are over. We don't have to run anymore. You only run when you're scared. but you walk when you got confidence that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Would you look at your neighbor and tell him, I ain't running nowhere. Be like a tree, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding, knowing that your labor is not in vain. I'm not gonna run when nobody is chasing me, but I'm gonna walk like a smooth operator. I gotta walk because I understand that no weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper.
Is making
out. The reason that I'm crying is because Donald Trump, leave us alone. Leave us alone. You think just because you're president, you want to come in and disrupt our lives, push us back 100 years? Leave us alone. But you asked for it. You asked for it. Now we got to fight back. You racist son of a... Leave us alone. You think we gonna let you just come up in here and disrupt our lives and push us back 100 years? You got another thing coming, and I will fight to the death. I will fight to my death to get rid of Donald Trump. You racist F word. So you gonna try to pull that same shit that Hitler did? Go ahead, knock yourself out. But we ain't the same black people that we used to be 100 years ago. We educated and we will fight you to the death. In this crazy plan that you got to make America all white is not going to work. Perry, what are your thoughts? I'm crying.
I mean, no, it's not going to work, but Pastor Jamal, he put it down. He preached that word. And no, we're not going to run away. That's what they expect. Just because you got these little coons that will show up to the White House and kiss your ass, that's just a small group. The rest of us is not tolerating this shit, and we gonna march for it. If you want to do it, it's damn sure gonna be a battle. But no, and this is not for all white people when you was talking about it earlier, because you white don't make you a bad person. We talking about if you supporting Trump 9 times out of 10, you are fucking a racist. The other one out of the 10, if you're not a racist, you should be because you supporting one. Trump don't mean no good to nobody, and no, he won't stop because it's in his heart, Sherelle. He was taught by his father. And it's not gonna stop, but the only way it's gonna stop is for us to stand together and refuse to take it. That's what
Aphrodite, we know not all white. All my mods are white. All my mods are white, except my mother. Oh, and Leah. All my mods are white, but we know all white people aren't bad. We know it. But it's just that he's so divisive. He's so divisive. I always say divisive. He's so divisive. And with the ultimate goal that it's important that I keep saying not all white people. Please know, Aphrodite, all the white people I'm talking about MAGA, I'm talking about Trump. All white people are not bad. And if you are white and you vote, your agenda is different than our agenda. So I don't even upset with you if you voted for Trump, because we have 2 different lives. But I just want Trump to leave my people alone. He is horrible for the black race. But all of my mods are white. I have white friends. Well, not just Freddie. I have a lot of white friends. And this is just bad times. And so I don't want y'all to think I'm talking to y'all. I'm not. But I have to stand up for my people. This is a mess.
well, and then I just say this too, to Aphrodite.
Thank you, Aphrodite.
You know, some people voted for Trump for whatever, but to me, I don't see these people who voted for Trump coming out against the racist things that he's saying. That's the problem I have. They can say we voted for him for his agenda. But what is his agenda? to rob the minorities. So that's where I'm not completely understanding when people saying, no, we don't agree with Trump all the time, but we voted for him because his agenda. For one, if you voted for
Perry,
Trump,
let people vote the way they want
no,
to
no,
vote.
no, no. I agree. I'm saying that's the part that's confusing me. Maybe somebody can give me an answer. Because what I see is that people voted for a felon. Now, you can say the felon's gonna do good somewhere else, but what he's coming in doing, he's coming in and destroying people's lives, undocumented people, and then make up all kind of lies. So, and most people that say they voted for his agenda probably can't really truly tell me his agenda, because first, he's not behind Project 2025, but now we see that he is. Three of the people who wrote the book is on his cabinet. That's the part that confused me. Everybody has the right to vote for who they want to vote for, and I get that. And I can't say all his people who voted for him are racist. I can't say that. That person would know. But it's hard when you're looking outside to say, well, damn, if they voted for him, basically it's, in my mind, you're supporting his behavior.
And that's why I put this SB's comment up here. He creates confusion, chaos. So you feel like, well, can I trust any white person? You know, are they all this way? It's just a mess. But all I know is we ain't letting him divide the black people. So we're going to fight you. We're going to fight you for our rights. And it's sad because all we're asking for at the end of the day is for fair treatment. That's all we're asking for. But you can't do that. It's your racist ass. All right, let's move on. I got to move on because this story is 4 days old and I wanted to talk about it when it first came out. Let's talk about Jay-Z. Okay. I have a hatred for Jaguar Wright. Have a hatred for Jaguar Wright because she's spewing lies and pushing a false narrative, okay, for attention. Or maybe she knows what she's doing because some people are saying Jaguar Wright is completely aware of what she's doing and the lies that she puts out there. Okay, so because just because a person, I don't support black criminals. You think just because I'm black that I support everything black people do. That's not true. No black person on this planet is supporting Jay-Z or Diddy if they did what they're accusing them of doing. I just don't support you because you black. I have no support for anybody that takes advantage of children. Like, are you serious right now? Thank you, Dwayne, for the super chat. I think Dwayne is from overseas. I can't remember. Anyway, thank you for being you've been with us for a long time. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And all the white people. I do. I'm not coming out against white people, but that's what's going on in our country. But anyway, so I don't support criminals. If Diddy did the things that he did, and I feel that he has, he needs to be behind bars. If Jay-Z did the things that people are accusing him of, he needs to be behind bars. But let's really take a look at this Jay-Z situation. And I want you guys to ask yourself, where did we hear that Jay-Z unalived a person? Well, that came from Jaguar Wright. I'm talking about the Kathy White situation. That came from Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright says salacious and vicious lies, and people believe her without a shred of evidence. Nobody asked her for no evidence. We said, because I thought about it, when did I first hear about Kathy White? Well, that was Jaguar Wright. She pushes false narratives. So is there a possibility that Jay-Z didn't do these things? Well, I don't know. But so I have to go with the facts. The facts is Tony Buzbee on his own dropped the lawsuit against Jay-Z with the 13-year-old minor. So I have to pause. They didn't go to court. He just dropped it. Okay, let's talk about him practicing law in the state of New York without a license. So Tony Buzbee has been disbarred in the state of New York because all those 200 lawsuits that he said he was going to bring against Diddy and Jay-Z at the time, when he made a press conference to announce that he will be bringing more lawsuits against Diddy and Diddy. That was what he said at the press conference. Here's a picture of him at the press conference. Okay, we want you to bring him down if he's guilty, but let's take a look at what you're saying. Jag is being used as a pawn to discredit real victims with her garbage. That's what people are saying now. People are saying she's been used, she was set up. I don't know. Drug addled stories. Her wild stories is going to make the public side-eye real victims. This is what she's doing. Jag hasn't even shown one person she saved. Thank you, Megan. Thank you. Let's get back to Tony Buzbee. So she's putting this out there. And so everybody starts saying, lock him up, get rid of him. So he drops the lawsuit on his own free will against Jay-Z. That's suspicious. How come all of your lawsuits are in Jane Doe or John Doe? Wouldn't they ask the court to name these people so they can put together cases? He fought against naming the people. Now we find out that he is practicing law in the state of New York without a license. Let me tell you, that's the most unheard of thing I ever heard of. That's like me saying that I'm a police officer without a badge. I cannot go right now, knock on somebody's door and tell them I'm a police officer. It's so basic. It's one of the first things they teach you in law school. There's absolutely no way that he forgot that he wasn't licensed in the state of New York. It makes no sense. I couldn't believe it. And they're saying that he was the #1 trial attorney in the state of the United States. And you overlook something so simple as that? Nah, doesn't sound right? Let me put this up here just so you guys know where I'm getting my info. It all started with this article right here. And not only that, they disbarred you. That means they weren't believing your BS either. Okay, so I seen this article. That's where it all began. So much shit going on. So then I started investigating. Let me look at, is he really disbarred? Yes, people. And the first person to tell us this was a reporter, Megan Kniff. Now, Megan's been coming into our genre. She's covering black trials. She got famous, I would say, for the Tory Lanez case. But she's the first one to put the documents on the internet that Buzbee got disbarred, right? Okay, so then everybody was like, the public was like, wait a minute, you can't forget that you weren't practicing law. So he files a motion right after Megan puts that out, and it's asking the judge, can I practice anyway? So how it works, let me explain to you how it works. For me, I've had 4 federal lawsuits, right? I have 4 federal lawsuits. They become federal when they cross state lines. My lead attorney lives in California, okay? I have an attorney here in Vegas to represent me in Vegas. When I had a case in Utah, in Wisconsin, my attorney, who I want to be the lead attorney, Michael Saltz, had to find another attorney in the state of Utah to be the lead, because you're not allowed to practice law in any state that you're not licensed in. Hope this makes sense. So when I go to court, people are like, why is Sherelle got flying in all these big name attorneys. It's because I have an attorney here in Las Vegas that helps me with my cases here. I have a lead attorney in California who I love and I think can strategize. And then I have an attorney in Utah, in the state that we're going to. And every attorney knows that. So then Tony Buzbee willingly puts this letter up saying that he is licensed in the state of New York. Megan challenges him. She said, Buzbee posted proof of his admission in New York State courts on Instagram today. It does not admission to federal Southern District of New York, which is where most of the lawyers against Sean Diddy Combs are filed. As the top post says, the SDNY won't admit him. He consciously lied to the public. You put up this license that's for the state of Texas. Now I'm really side-eyeing him, right? And let's read what he wrote in this comment. This is a bold-faced lie, sir. A bold-faced lie. And how come when you dropped the case against Jay-Z, you didn't come public with it like you did when you said you were going to have all these cases? All right. So he says, this is his license for the state of Texas. You're not licensed in the state of New York. And this also seems altered. I hope that he didn't alter it. But anyway, he says that this is real and that I'm proud to be an attorney and I'm proud to work in the state of New York. No, sir, you're not licensed in the state of New York. So let me tell you what's going to happen. So he asked the judge, can he be on this cases anyway? Judge tells him no. Now they have to bring in new attorneys for all of this 150 cases that he has filed. When he goes to hand over the case, he has to hand over the evidence that he's filed. It's illegal to take someone to court as an attorney without vetting them. They're saying he didn't vet any of these people. Now, why would an attorney of his stature do this? What are you doing? He went to a Donald Trump rally. Let me see if I can find this picture. He went to here it is. He went to a Donald Trump rally, and at the rally, he was speaking to Donald Trump and all the higher ups about how he was going to bring these two down, Diddy and Jay-Z. But you knew you weren't licensed in the state of New York. I'm confused. But when you told the lie that you were and you're going to keep going, that's not true. So if he is not vetting his people, if he's making up cases, then Jay-Z will be correct. He is shaking down rich people for the cash with no intentions of going to court. And I don't care how good of a reputation he has, these seems to be the facts. So now you're not allowed to be an attorney on these cases anymore. And nobody knows it because you are not talking about it. You're not talking about it, sir. You gave a press conference to let us all know 200 lawsuits was coming against Diddy's way. Without those lawsuits from Tony Buzbee that he kept dropping weekly, this one, that week, this week, Diddy only has 4 cases against him that go all the way back to the 90s. I still believe in my heart that Diddy is guilty. I think he did something to Kim Porter. But unfortunately, we live in a country that if you can't prove it, then you can't lock a person up for that. I want you guys to get involved in this case. We were all involved in the case when we thought that Tony Buzbee was legit. So you got disbarred in the state of New York, and you've been sanctioned, sir. And they shot down any chance of you being on these cases that you just bombarded us with week after week after week. I don't know what to say. If you are innocent, Jay-Z, you were extorted, and you should see this out to the end. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. So, Perry, what are your thoughts on all this? It's taken a turn, didn't it?
Well, look, the whole thing
And
is
let
that,
everybody know you think Diddy's guilty. Go ahead.
well, yeah, well, I mean, look, I feel that he is, but then again, that's what you have court for. Let the judge decide, the jury decide. Because on one hand, the information that's been going across social media for the last 2 years and stuff like that, it make you feel like, hey, it makes sense. He's guilty. But we get to see the evidence, the proof. Because these bloggers saying one thing, and you get the little lying chick running around begging for money, like GoFundMe's and things, lying to people. You get to have some kind of proof. And I think with these cases coming up, and Buzbee made a grandstand, came out, had a whole press conference. I got all these people. Started a 1-800.
Yeah, he put a 1-800 line. Yeah.
What's funny about it, he haven't, and most people still want to believe him. Why would Buzbee lie? Why would he do this?
But why would he
do
lie,
this?
Perry?
Well, I want to tell you why. Right, because why they don't use that same rationale when it comes down to a rich rapper. Why would they have to go and take something when they could have just simply paid for it? But they want to give him the credit because, look, I'm gonna keep it real, and I know this has been one of our topics. He's this white man. Oh, he's credible. He wouldn't do this. He's a troll. He's a money grabber. And he's seen this opportunity. He don't sue Deshaun Watson a couple times and got paid. The football
Who
player.
is Deshaun Watson?
A black quarterback in the NFL when he was down in Houston, right? So he know to attack these people. But now in this case, he go for the money. That's why he's going for these settlements. If you got over 100-something people and you ain't came up with one outside of a Jane Doe or a John Doe, and the trial started in 2 months, a little over 2 months. So where is his credible witness? But people want to hold on to the fact, oh, he's an established lawyer. Well, he could have been. But he's a money-hungry lawyer that want to hang out with Trump. Trump don't have to do the shit he was doing. But I think it's in their heart. And I ain't seen Buzbee go out to one, correct me if I'm wrong, one white person, a white male. He's going after these black rich men.
Oh, you mean not just Jay-Z and Diddy. You're talking about previously he would go after black people.
Yeah.
I hope this is not true, because I can't handle any more results that America is sick. The virus of racism, is it ever going to leave? No. Anyway, we'll keep our eye on Buzbee. That's what's going on. I hope that he's not a crook. But here's the paperwork. You guys can look it up. Here's the case number. Hold on. And it's all in the court paperwork. So here's the case number. All you have to do is go to Pacer, and the case number, let me zoom in, is at the top. Right here. Here's the case number. You can screenshot this document and pull it up. It's crazy. Also, all you have to do is go to Pacer. If you want to do a search by name, do search the names. Don't put in the name Tony Buzbee, because all kind of cases come up. You'll confuse yourself. Put in the name Sean Diddy Combs. You can also this case number is everywhere. So what else information you would need to look it up? Okay, that was on his YouTube. Here's another case number. And please look it up yourselves. I don't know what to make of it. I'll just say I'll keep you guys informed. I'm giving people time to copy, screenshot that if you want to look it up yourself. Oh, you have to have an account with Pacer, and they charge. I don't know what they charge because I have a monthly subscription. Do you remember what they charge, Perry?
Yeah, it depends. It might be like a maybe.
Oh, also, if you can't,
pennies after that. Huh?
How much?
Well, I want to say it's like $1 for the first copy. Additional copies might be 2 cents or something like that. But it adds up when you start printing the document stuff.
Also, too, go to Megan Kniff. I think she puts entire documents on her. Look up Megan. Hell, text her. She'll give it to you. Like she puts the, and I can't remember if it's on her. What's that thing outside of YouTube? It's called Patreon. She puts up full page documents. So maybe you can pull that up. Oh, let's see. Also, too, go to X and type in Buzbee. No. That brings up too many cases. Type in full page documents. So sometimes they put it on X for free. I can't remember how to do it. Maybe I'll just buy the thing for you and put it on my IG or something, because I have a monthly subscription. Anyway, that's it. So now I have to go back to work, you guys, and come up with more stuff that's coming up this afternoon. Lots of stuff popping off today. I've been off for 4 days. It's time for me to get back to work.
Oh, so you can come back and visit the Porsha thing, right?
Oh, Porsha. Oh, I forgot. All right, let's do Porsha really quick. This is important.
Yeah.
This is important. Okay, so Simon got arrested or detained. I don't want to even say arrested. Simon Gobadia. I kind of like Simon a little bit. I like Porsha too, but Simon is ballsy and gutsy, and he does things that we can't even imagine. So he got actually picked up by ICE. I believe it was on the 22nd. They sealed all his records on the. No, they sealed the records on the 22nd. So he must have got picked up by ICE on the 21st. He's definitely in the system. He definitely got deported. Okay, so everybody's going around saying that Porsha, let me find my notes. Porsha is the one that called ICE on Simon. Did Porsha do it? Or is it he was so public about it? Did somebody else did it? Or did ICE just get to his name? I don't know. People are saying that Porsha is going to be in control financially when Simon gets deported. That house is going to be hers, and she did all of this because she wanted the money. Okay, that is not true. Let me tell you what I found out. I don't know if she called ICE or not, but she's not going to be in control of the money. There's only one way she can be in control of the money. So even if Simon is outside of the country, the prenup should still uphold whatever that was agreed to. That will be the first thing that the judge follows. Okay, and in the state of Georgia, it's not a 50-50 state like California. She doesn't automatically get half. She gets a portion of what she put into it, which is zero. Or the judge could give her a small amount. She's not going to come out with all this money like people are saying, and she probably knows that. And Simon can run his business, which I still don't know what they are, from Nigeria. He can go through this divorce, and they do it televideo from Nigeria. It didn't affect anything. The only way that Porsha can get her hands on a substantial amount of money if she can prove that his businesses were fraudulent. That's the only way she would come out of this on the better half, on the upside. If not, all that, you're still temporarily in Simon's home, temporarily. But if you can prove that there was some fraudulent going on, not only will you come up on the upside, they have the power to freeze Simon's bank accounts. So all of this is going to be on the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, all of this in itself I want to know about, because they don't have him in handcuffs, but they film him all the way up until the day that he gets deported. So, do you think that she called? Do you think she has evidence to prove that his businesses were fraudulent?
I don't know about that. And I don't really know how she would truly benefit if his business was fraudulent. Wouldn't they just be charges, and wouldn't that money be froze? And fraudulent mean you don't stole somebody money or did something, right?
That means that the prenup was fraudulent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the only way she comes up on the upside.
Well,
it's going to be very interesting because Simon's been talking shit since day one.
I'm not sure, but Porsha is very pretty. But I could see her making a phone call, doing it. I'm just keeping it real because she never wanted the man for him. She wanted him for the dollar bill, right? She wanted him for the money. And Simon do got a green card. He's been over here for many years. They still haven't got rid of him yet. So I'm not sure if this is going to do it. Is it some kind of way she's doing it, hoping that it'll work? Or is it a storyline? Like, I know it's not a storyline of him actually being detained, but knowing he ain't going to go nowhere. Like Kim
it's
might
interesting.
file a report on Croy just to hit the blogs, the exciting things, but at the end of the day, knowing what nothing going to happen to Croy. I'm just saying, like, I'm not sure.
Let me address this Lily comment really quickly. She said filming had stopped. That's true, but not just for Porsha, for other times, other people. I can't think of anybody right now. But if something happens and filming has stopped, they will go back and add scenes of her talking about it, stuff like that. We got to go. Tell them I'm done. All right, you guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you, Lily, for your comments. And everybody else, this was a heated video. But I will be back at 3:30. There's more stuff going on today. More stuff. Perry, do you have any final words?
No, I'm good.
We'll see you guys at 3:30 Pacific.
Fuck this shit, I'm
Bye,
out.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Fuck this shit.